Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, gonna go over full card predictions for UFC 310. This is the last pay-per-view of the year, and it should be a fun card. I mean, we got like 14 fights on the card. Look at this card. I mean, I'm actually happy that we got a card like this. Like a pretty good pay-per-view card. I know people are shitting on this card. I've seen people shitting on this card, being like, "Oh, this card sucks," this and that. I mean, people say that every time. I feel like people complain every time. It is what it is. We got Pantoja taking Kai Asakura, the champion from Ryzen. He's coming over fighting for the belt in his debut. That's pretty impressive. The fact that that just goes to show there's not really a lot of contenders at 125, and then top five that Pantoja hasn't already beaten. So they need some new blood in the 125. And also I know the UFC wants to build like a starter from Japan, and they only had two hopes for to building that star from Japan. It was one of them was Tatsuro Taira, who recently just lost to Royval in the main event. I mean, it was a close fight. It was a really good fight. One of the better fights I've seen at 125 recently. And I think Tatsuro Taira is gonna be back soon, and I'm sure he's gonna get better from that taking that L. He's still relatively really young, and Asakura, I'm pretty impressed with Asakura. He's exciting fighter for sure. He's one of these fighters that's going to take more risk, and he's going to put himself in danger to find that knockout. I think that's one of the reasons why the UFC's they signed him, because they like the way he fights. It's exciting. They can put him on pay-per-views, and it's going to be an exciting matchup. In the comment, obviously, we got Shavkat Rakhmonov taking Ian Garry. Ian Garry, I mean, credit to Ian Garry for taking this fight on short notice. I mean, taking on the welterweight boogeyman, Shavkat Rakhmonov. We got Cyril Gane taking on Volkov in a rematch. These guys fought each other a few years ago, and Cyril Gane was able to get the better of the striking changes there. We got Bryce Mitchell taking on Crown Gracie. I feel like this was like one of Bryce Mitchell's like save Bryce Mitchell fight. The fact they're giving him someone that's ranked over at 106, that's crazy. I mean, either they really like, I don't know. The reason like why I hate Crown Gracie is because he doesn't have any striking. Like he's never really like made any improvements. So we're not fighting in 2010 anymore. We're in 2024. You can't just have BG and that's it. You got to have more than just jiu-jitsu. I mean, at this point in the UFC, when you're fighting at the highest level in the UFC, and that's why like every time I see Con Gracie on the pay-per-view main card, it kind of makes me like just want to like raise. Honestly, just want to. It makes me want to just rage, because I remember him versus Charles Jourdain. I remember, honestly, I remember that was on the pay per view. I think that was on the pay per view card, and it was one. Honestly, like I'm not even kidding. It was honestly, go back and watch that fight. It was one of the worst fights I've ever seen in UFC history. And all Kron Gracie was doing was just bust scooping in what trying to invite Jordan into his card, and Jordan was smart enough not to do that. And I mean, I guess it's not a bad matchup for Mitchell, but it's not really gonna gain Mitchell any stock beating Gracie. I know the Gracie family has a well-known name in MMA, but come on, like it's 2024, man. No one gives a fuck about Kron Gracie anymore, or the Gracie family. Respect to the Gracie family, though. I mean, I don't want to shit on them too much. All right, guys, let's break down the fight card. I mean, make sure you guys subscribe, guys. Last week we didn't have UFC last week, but we were able to make money with PFL. We're coming up two winning events in a row now. I'm happy, man. I had a rough couple, like a month before that, so I'm happy that we're on two streak right now, 2 win streak. I mean, with UFC the week before and the PFL last week. And that's why I do the PFL breakdowns. I mean, the prolos were cashing easy. I mean, the PFL card was pretty easy last week. I hope some of you guys made money in PFL last week. And I was live for the whole card. I was live from like 7 in the morning or like 8 in the morning to like, I think it was like 5 or 6 p.m. in during the night. I mean, in the evening. It was a long time. I mean, we had like 16 fights on the card, and we got 14 fights here. I mean, this should be like 6 7 hours. And I'm planning on being live for this card. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a live stream for this for the last pay-per-view of the year. Let's break down this card now. And I know you guys are not here to hear me yap and do my intro this long. Let's break down this fight. Now we got Candy and Nzechukwu taking on Lucas Brzeski. I'm gonna go Candy here. I think Candy should be able to win this fight. He's gonna be he brings that light heavyweight skill set up at heavyweight, and we know we've seen that recently. I mean, even against Brenton Abero, who's probably one of the worst fighters at light heavyweight. I mean, when it comes to skills and like putting a game plan together, and even he was able to beat up that Kyle Machado guy who was moving down to 205. Now Lucas is a pretty good striker, just doesn't have any power. I don't think he's got a single knockdown in the UFC. That's not good when you're fighting a guy like Kennedy, who's way more dangerous. He can throw some knees up the middle, some elbows and stuff like that. I think Kenny's gonna win. I don't like just betting on him is like tricky though, because sometimes we've seen Kennedy go out there and make mistakes, right? We've seen him in that OSB fight. He was like, no, he was so gun shy in that fight. So like that's the tricky part about betting Kennedy at -600, because like if he's not even that Chris Barnett fight. I mean, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna give him too much credit for beating Chris Barnett. So what happened in that fight? I'm sure you guys remember that. That was like only a month ago at this point. What happened was Barnett was like trying to do a backflip and he messed up his knee. That's what happened, honestly. That's pretty much what happened. And I'm sure Kennedy would have still beat him though, because Barnett looked horrible out there. Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, I don't know, like, so I still have to see Candy like really go out there, like really beat someone that's not compromised, and that's gonna be Lucas Brzeski. He should be able to beat him, but if he's gun shy, this fight could be a lot closer than the odds reflect. So Lucas's should be 2-3 in the UFC. Honestly, like even that Walter Walker fight, I bet on Walter Walker because I honestly think he was gonna be able to like take him down, and he was able to take him down, right? He was able to take him down, control him on the ground. He just wasn't able to do any damage, and that's the thing about Lucas though. He's pretty good at like keeping staying safe when he gets taken down. Now I do think Candy has better BJJ than Walter Walker. I think he's more dangerous with his finishing ability. I don't know if he's a better wrestler. I don't think I don't think excuse me. I don't think Kennedy's like the better wrestler, but he is a more dangerous submission grappler when it comes to just submissions. Give me Kennedy to win. I think Kennedy's gonna win, but -600 for Kennedy. I think it goes under. I think normally Kennedy, like if it does, if his fights go under over 1.5 rounds, normally then he'll like go the distance. I mean, most of his fights have gone under 1.5 rounds, so I'm gonna say under 1.5 rounds goes where we see a first round finish here. Lucas has been finished in the first round so many times. Even Mike Perkins was able to finish him. Mike Perkins doesn't finish a fucking anyone. I mean, he can't finish anyone. Waldo Cortez couldn't finish Austin Lane, but he finishes Lucas in the first round. Yeah, I think we see a first round finisher for Kennedy. Could be second round also because Lucas is pretty tough. But yeah, I just don't think Lucas is gonna have the power to like keep Kennedy off him. And Kennedy has nice knees in the clinch and he can grapple also. So give me Kennedy to win. Kennedy to win by KO TKO. Next fight on the card, we got Clay Guida taking on Chase Hooper. Should be a fun matchup here. This should be a fun matchup. I mean, this is probably gonna be Clay Guida's last fight on the UFC. I mean, maybe he has to be, right. He's lost like actually he has a win over Scott Holtzman, who's not in these anymore, but win over Leonardo Santos. I don't even know who Leonardo Santos is anymore. I've never heard of that guy. But yeah, against like Joaquim Silva, honestly, like it was actually a close fight. I mean, I bet on Joaquim Silva on the live stream. We bet him at -130. Like if you bet him pre-fight, it was like -300 over Clay Guida, and Clay Guida made that fight relatively close. And the problem with Clay Guida is he wasn't really able to get a lot of takedowns, and he was able to like take him down. He wasn't really able to like control them on the ground. And Joaquim Silva was the better striker, obviously with more power, right? And he was like Guida still has a good chin on him, even though he's like 42 years old. His chin's not like completely gone. Normally, he's getting finished by submission. So if you do have good BJJ like Hooper, who has good BJJ, these guys have competed in against one another in grappling before, and Fury FC grappling. I think it was like a few years ago. It was it Fury? Yeah, it was Fury Pro Grappling. No, that's not the one. I mean, it was Why can't I see? Okay, it was a Fury Pro Grappling 6 back in 2022. So Hooper's gonna have the better BG. I actually went back and watched that grappling matchup, and it was kind of a guillotine. I think it was like he was going for guillotines on Clay Guida. Guida was shooting takedowns. That's what Guida's gonna do, right? He's gonna look to shoot takedowns in every fight, and that's what he does. He's gonna shoot takedowns. He's not gonna just strike with you for 15 minutes. And Guida's gonna shoot takedowns. I'm pretty confident he's gonna shoot takedowns here, and he's gonna run into submission. Hooper's gonna be way better. He's gonna be the way better submission grappler, and he's gonna have better. He's more dangerous on the ground. with better ground and pound. Also, he's actually trying to do damage when he gets to top people. Give me Chase Hooper by first round finish. I think he's gonna finish him in the first round. I think he'll get him out of there early by submission. First round submission for Hooper. He's gonna be just way better. Guida is like 42 years old. I mean, the way Guida is gonna win, if he wins, like it's gonna have to be like just takedowns over after takedown, takedown after takedown, control after control. And I just don't see that happening. I mean, that's why the line is minus 1,000 for Chase Hooper. He opened up at minus 350, minus 1,000. I can't parlay him at minus 1,000. I can't do it. It's not worth it. I think it goes under 2.5 rounds. If you can find the under 2.5 line or fight doesn't go the distance, minus 200, I would play that. I think that's a good parlay piece right there. Fight doesn't go the distance, minus 200. I actually like that a lot. I think it could go under 1.5 rounds too. Hooper by first round finish, first round like yeah. I think the Hooper is gonna be the one finishing this fight. Hooper by first round is plus 245. That's not that much value. I like the fight doesn't go the distance. I think Hooper's gonna finish him. Probably ground and pounder or submission. More than likely, I'm gonna say submission for Hooper. Next fight on the card, we have Michael Chiesa taking on Max Griffin. Guys, I'm gonna go Max Griffin. I think Max Griffin has good enough taking defense, and he's strong, very physically strong. He's got good cardio, and his striking is a lot better. He's powerful. I know he doesn't have any KOs. I mean, like I don't know, does he have any KOs? I don't think he has a lot of KOs. He's got 3 KOs in the UFC. He knocked out Kanan Song. I mean, Kanan Song gets knocked out by everyone. I mean, that's not even that impressive. But yeah, I've never really been high on Mike Chiesa. I picked Tony Ferguson to beat him. I know I feel like a dumbass now thinking back on that. Yeah, Michael Chiesa doesn't have any knockout wins, and he's got submissions. I mean, like 11 submissions, 7 in the UFC. That's a lot of submissions, man. I mean, he is a better grappler here for sure. He's got good takedowns entries too, but I can't see him like holding on Max Griffin. I don't see him submitting him. He's gonna submit Max Griffin. I don't see him doing that. Griffin's only been finished once, and that's why Kobe Covington, like 5 years ago or like 6 years ago, it was a long, long time ago when he got finished by Kobe Covington. I mean, that's not really good. I mean, getting finished by Kobe Covington, but at least Kobe Covington is a former interim champion, welterweight interim champion. I know they took the belt away from Kobe Covington, but he's at least he had gold at one point, and he fought Usman twice. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, give me Max Griffin. I think right now he looks better right now. Losing to Michael Morales, I mean, it is what it is, right? Michael Morales is really good. I honestly believe Michael Morales is gonna be fighting for the belt soon. I truly believe that. So losing to Michael Morales is not bad. Losing to Neil Magny, I mean, by a close decision is not that bad. I'll pick Max Griffin by I'll pick him by like decision. I don't know if he's gonna knock him on. I don't think he's gonna knock him. I think I'm gonna pick him by decision. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 185. I think it goes over. I honestly think it goes over. If Michael Chiesa wins, it's gonna have to be like just controlling. If he doesn't get the submission, he's gonna have to just control him. His striking is not that great. I mean, he can strike though. He was having success against Sean Brady in when they were striking when Brady wasn't taking him down. So it's not like a completely like it's not completely like um bad striker. I mean, he can strike somewhat. That's not really his bread and butter. He's gonna have to make some takedowns. Even Tony Ferguson was landing on Michael Chiesa in the first like 3 minutes of that fight. So give me Max Griffin. I'll pick Max Griffin by decision. That's gonna be my pick here. Um, Max Griffin right now minus 125. The line should be close. I think it should be even money. Yeah, the line should be pick him for a reason because if Michael Chiesa is able to get that wrestling going and he's able to control him on the ground, that's the way Michael Chiesa is gonna win. If Max Griffin is able to like just defend takedowns and stay upright, he can win this fight. So yeah, give me the over 2.5 rounds minus 185. I think it goes on over, and I think it goes the distance minus 160 for fight goes the distance. That's gonna be my bet. If I bet on this fight, that's probably something I'd probably bet on. Maybe parlay that in a long shot parlay because I don't really want to be betting on a money line on this fight because this fight's gonna be tricky because Max Griffin has fights really close with people. Like, look at this man. They like 4 split decisions in a row. That's not fucking good. Like he kind of fights to the level of his opponents, and that's not really something you want to like put money on. Yeah, give me Max Griffin by decision. Next fight on the card, we got Joshua Wan versus Cody Durden. This is a really good matchup, guys. This is a really good matchup. And I'm gonna go Joshua Wan. I think he's got better striking. His takedown defense is solid. We don't really see him getting taken on. We don't see him getting held on. We seen him get taken on before. I think like once. I think maybe it's Contender Series or something like that. No, not Contender Series. It wasn't Contender Series. Maybe it was Jolga Jimagula who like took him down like once, but I don't think he was. Honestly, I don't even remember that. Like, I honestly think he won that Jalga Jumugula fight pretty clearly. He was able to like he almost finished Jalga Jumugula. That's pretty impressive. Normally guys fight really close to Jalga Jumugula. Not a lot of people can go out there and really put it on him, and he almost finished him in the second on. That was his UFC debut. I think he came up on short notice, by the way, and he fought Jalga Jumugula. Then he beat Kevin Borjas. He honestly he was dropped in that first round against Kevin Borjas. So like there's still questions I have with Joshua Wen. I know he's tough. I know he's got cardio. I know he gets better as the fight goes longer. His takedown defense is solid enough. Yeah, the crazy thing is that both these guys they only been KO'd once, and it was both by an uppercut. Johnson was able to land that uppercut on Joshua Wen. I mean, Bruno Silva was able to land that uppercut on Cody Durden, and they're both doing pretty well. Joshua was taking over the fight against Charles Johnson. Cody Durden was completely running away with the fight against Bruno Silva. He was completely winning the whole fight. Then he gets caught in the second on. Durden is a good wrestler though. He can go for takedowns. He got good cardio also. I think this fight's honestly gonna go the distance. I think this is gonna go the distance. I think both guys are really tough. I don't think Joshua Van's gonna submit Cody Durden. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. He could knock him out. I mean, there's definitely a possibility that he could knock him out. There's a possibility that Durden can catch him in a submission. I mean, there's definitely a possibility, but I don't see it happening. I'm gonna go Joshua Van by decision. I don't think he's finishing him honestly. Minus 145 for Joshua Van. Um, minus 145. He's only 22 years old, so like I still want to. I think he's gonna get a lot better. He's not gonna make the same mistake that he's been making. And I actually picked Reyes to beat him, and I was almost close to getting that one right. I mean, well, Reyes made a few mistakes there, like going for guillotines and stuff like that. I mean, he definitely made a few mistakes in that fight. But I honestly think Reyes would have won maybe, but I think they both knocked each other down. It was one of the better fights UFC Noche for sure. Definitely one of the better matchup we've seen UFC Noche. That was already 4 months ago. Wow, time flies, guys. Wow, was that UFC Noche? It was, right? No, that wasn't UFC. Oh yeah, that was the Chavez fight. It was UFC Noche. Yeah, that wasn't 4 months ago. That was okay. That was 2 months ago. I'm tripping. I'm tripping now. Yeah, give me Joshua Van, guys. I'm gonna go Joshua Van to win this one. Next fight on the card, we got Chris Weidman taking on Eric Anders. I'm gonna go Chris Weidman. I was picking Eric Anders. And both these guys were supposed to fight each other a few months ago or a few weeks ago, and Eric Anders ended up pulling out. He had some illness or something like that. I don't know what the reason really was, but he wasn't feeling good. I know that much. He wasn't feeling good. Yeah, Anders' medical issue. I mean, maybe he had a tough weight cut or something like that, right? He left Weidman hanging dry back at a UFC. When was that? Which UFC 309? It was UFC John Jones card. Wow, it was just a John Jones card. So now they're gonna fight each other, and I think Eric Weidman can win this one. I don't think Eric Anders has a crazy knockout power. He's got a few knockouts. I mean, he's got 4 knockouts in the UFC, but like, who is he really knocking out? I mean, he couldn't knock out Jimmy Pickett. Like, who's he really knocking out though? Can he take down Weidman? I mean, there's a possibility you can take him down. Man, this is definitely like a tricky fight to make a pick on. I actually like after I watched tape, I'm gonna pick Weidman, but like, do I even want to pick Weidman? I mean, like, even that Bruno Silva fight, I think Bruno Silva is like mentally checked out from the fight game. I honestly do believe that Bruno Silva doesn't have what it takes to fight at the UFC level anymore. Man, like the guys that he's fought, I mean, Romero knocked him out, Luke Rockhold finished him, Musasi knocked him out. Like he had some leg injuries. He had a surgery. I mean, few months, like a year ago. Man, this is just even that Brad Dwarves fight. He looked like shit in that fight. Came back off the layoff, looked so bad. Who's underdog in this one? Let's see who the underdog is now. Eric Anders minus 109. God damn. I'll pick Weidman. I'll pick Weidman by like a close decision. Yeah, I'll pick Weidman by a close decision. I don't think Weidman's gonna finish him. I don't think he's finishing Eric Anders. Eric Anders is pretty tough. He's been dropped before. I mean, Jamie Pickett was able to drop him, but he's really tough. So I don't see him just like getting like knocked out. I mean, by Weidman. I mean, so give me Weidman by decision. Next fight on the card, we got Randy Brown taking on Brian Battle. This is one of my favorite fights on the card, and for good reason. Brian Battle has been an absolute terror, guys. Absolute terror. I mean, he lost to Renat Fakardinov, took that fight on short notice, like a few days' notice against Renat Fakardinov, because no one wanted to fight Fakardinov back then. Then he goes out there. We picked him as underdog against Gabe Green. Went out there, knocked him out in the first minute. Then he goes out there, has some trouble in the first round. I mean, AJ Fletcher was able to hurt him with an elbow in the first round. Then Battle came back. He was able to compose himself in the corner, and he came back right away. Shot a takedown, got a takedown. Was able to submit AJ Fletcher. Who's AJ Fletcher is like he's losing fights in LFA now. Like so, I don't know what's going on with AJ Fletcher. Yeah, he was actually beating the shit out of Angelusa. Angelusa took the way out. And then he obviously knocked out Kevin just said. So the reason I like Band Battle here so much is because he gets better as the fight goes longer, and he's willing to go through the fire to have success in the striking exchange, and he can grapple. He's not even known for his striking. It's crazy that like people are picking him. This many people are picking him by KO, and maybe he could knock out Randy Brown. I don't know if I see him knocking him out. I see him submitting him. I think if he finishes Randy Brown, it's gonna be by submission. And I honestly think he could submit him. But he could strike with Brown. I don't think Brown's gonna. This is a crazy striker where no one can strike with Randy Brown. Like he's got a few wins right now. Like sure, Turnaldo. I think Turnaldo dropped him early in that fight. Um, Turman. I mean, Turman's like just one of the worst fighters at welterweight, even though he trains with the Tessera MMA. Muslim Talikov. I mean, that's impressive. Muslim Talikov just got a win recently, but still 40 years old. Zaleski had moments of like submitting him in that fight. He was able to like take his back in the second round, take him down a few times. I think he took him down like 4 times in that fight, maybe. Yeah, Brown was able to survive though, but I don't think he's gonna survive this one. I'm gonna pick a Brian Battle. I think right now it's Brian Battle's time. He's right in his prime right now, 30 years old. Brian Battle's gonna win this fight, guys. I'm pretty confident. Pretty confident Brian Battle here. Brian Battle right now is what is he? He's minus 232. I actually parlayed him and the line dropped to minus 180. So I feel pretty good about Brian Battle. I think he's gonna win this one. I like the money line. I think you can take him by finish also. I think he's gonna finish him, but I like the money line. The money line is not that crazy. So yeah, give me Brian Battle by submission. That's gonna be my pick. Next fight on the card, Movsar Evloev taking on Sterling. Guys, I'm gonna pick Movsar Evloev. He's much better wrestler. He's stronger physically. He has more power. I know we haven't seen him knock at anyone in the UFC, but if he's gonna knock at anyone, it could be Sterling. Honestly, like I just don't trust Sterling's durability. He's pretty tough though. We've seen him KO'd before, mostly by strikers like O'Malley and Reyes, but we have seen him knocked out before. And normally, like if he's winning fights, he's gonna have to like just stay on the outside and like just throw some pitter patter leg kicks and like body kicks and this and that, and like throw some shots. Doesn't have any power. Sterling doesn't have any power. How many knockouts does he have? He has 2 knockouts in the UFC. I mean, 4 submissions. That's not good. 2 knockouts. It's not really that good. He is really good at winning decisions though. Like 9-2 when the fights are going the distance. Yeah, but he took on Kelvin Cater. We picked Sterling there over Cater. He was able to beat him there. And the Henry Cejudo fight could have gone either way, honestly. Like honestly, I think Sterling won that fight, but it was really close. He was able to take down Cejudo. That's impressive. And that Piotr Jan fight, I mean, honestly, like it could have gone either way. I mean, it was really close, but that's impressive. That he was able to make the Jan fight really close. I think Moser is much better than Sterling when it comes to wrestling. I think he's better in the striking. He hits harder. I think he's gonna be able to land better He's gonna be able to do more damage. All he has to do is like watch out for the submission of Sterling, but I think submission grappling Sterling is kind of overrated. I'll be honest with you guys. I think it's kind of overrated. He's not really submitting a lot of these high level guys. I mean, other than Corey Sandhagen, he hasn't submitted anyone. He couldn't get a single takedown to Sean O'Malley. Like, come on, like at least get a takedown. If you're gonna go out and out there and take down Evloev, like you gotta at least take down Sean O'Malley. If you're not taking down Sean O'Malley, you're not taking down Movsar Evloev. Like, there's no freaking way. Movsar Evloev, lock of the week. I mean, lock of the century. He's gonna win this one. I got him with the Kizria from PFO last week. I feel pretty good about that. Honestly, like early in the morning when they dropped the props, I was thinking about, I was like, maybe I should hedge by Sterling by like a split decision or something like that, which is plus 1200. But I feel pretty good about Evlo. I don't think he's losing to Sterling. I don't think he's losing to Sterling. There's no freaking way. There's no way he's losing to Sterling. Hell no. Minus 242. The line's actually like, I got him at like minus 255. Um, so the line's getting kind of better for you guys right now if you parlay him now. Some books have him minus 275, so it's like it's around minus 300 almost. Some books have him minus 249. Honestly, I think there could be a chance that we see a knockout here. I'm not gonna pick the KO, but I think there's a chance. There's a like at least a 40% chance that, like 30% chance that Evlo can knock him out. Like, he throws nice flying knees up the middle. I think he dropped. I don't know if he dropped Dan Ige with the flying knee, but he actually kind of hurt Dan Ige with the knee up the middle. And when you're worried about takedowns, you're gonna be able to, like, your opponent's gonna be able to land some crazy stuff that you don't really expect, right? Yeah, I'll give you Moser. I'm pretty confident Moser here. I think he's a really good, really good parlay piece on this card. He knows how to win. I mean, he's like a Bilal Muhammad at 145. That's the way I would put Evloev. Another Bilal Muhammad. I just think Evlo has a really good chin. His cardio is there. He's trains their American top team, so he's training with all the best guys over there. He's already beat guys like Arnold Allen, Diego Lopez. I mean, he's really close to fighting for the belt soon. Danny Ige. I mean, bro, like Sterling. I would honestly pick some of these guys to beat. I would pick Diego Lopez to beat Sterling. I would pick Danny Ige. Maybe not Danny Ige, but I think Danny Ige can knock him out. Honestly, give me Movsar Evloev. High confidence in Movsar Evloev here. Next fight on the card, we got Vicente Luque taking on Demba Gorimbo. And this is one of those fights I had to like really think about, because Luque was my lock the week over Buckley, and he just flat out just quit. I mean, he basically just quit. Like, I just can't get that out of my head anymore. I don't know if that was just a one-off thing for Luque, or is he just like, is the Luque brain bleeds catching up to Luque now that he doesn't know what the hell is going on anymore. Guys, I'm gonna pick Demba Gorimbo. I think he's gonna be able to go out there and implement his will, and that's what he does, right? He's got some power, and we've seen him knock out Pete Rodriguez, but Pete Rodriguez should be fighting 155, and he's not really that good. He beat Ramiz Brahimaz. I mean, that's aging better now because Brahimaz just got a knockout over Mickey Gale. Beat Nico Price, took down Nico Price every round. And I guess he should have finished Nico Price, let's be honest, but still taking him down over and over is impressive. I just think that all the damage that Luque has taken, he took a lot of damage in that Jeff Neal fight, took a lot of damage in the Buckley. Honestly, he didn't take a lot of damage in the Buckley fight. That Buckley fight, I mean, he didn't have any moments in that fight. He just like he got taken on pretty. I don't even know if he got taken on. He might have pulled guard. That was really weird, man. The look, I just can't I can't pick him just because of that last fight. I would have picked him if he was coming off that RDA win, and I picked him over RDA as underdog. And he was able to take him down every round. I mean, mixing takedowns. He wasn't willing to strike, so I feel like he's not really willing to strike anymore with people. He's not really willing to like put himself in the line of fire to take punishment. Even though I think he's a better striker than Demba Gorimbo, like when it comes to technique, he's probably better overall. I still think Demba Gorimbo can take him down. I think Demba Gorimbo is hungry. He can take him down. I think he can hold him down. Honestly, I'm not gonna bet this fight. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna bet this fight. I bet at Demba Gorimbo. I bet him over Nico Price. Parlayed him there. We had him over. He's Malak Luke over Maze Brahimaz. We got him at minus 135 there. Minus 130 ish. I think it was minus 135. So I've been pretty high on Demba Gorimbo. But yeah, this is just I still respect Luque. I mean, Luque has win. He's got wins over Bilal Muhammad. I mean, he's got wins over other guys already. That's a pretty good win. Mike Chiesa. So the guy is dangerous, man. He's got submissions skills. If Timba's not careful, he could get caught up in the submission. But I don't know if I really see that. I don't really see Luque at this point finishing Timba. It could happen if Timba makes mistakes. Luque right now -129. The line's closing in. It should be closing in because this is the best guy that Timba was gonna go out there and fight. Luque was ranked in top 15 for a long, long time at one point. Yeah, give me a Timba Grimble by decision. I'm gonna go Timba by decision. Can he finish him? I don't think he's gonna finish him. If you're not finishing like Nico Price, I mean like Luke is tougher than Nico Price and he's more dangerous than Nico Price. Next fight on the card, we got Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes. I mean, guys, I'm gonna go Dominic Reyes. I think Dominic Reyes is gonna win. We picked him as a plus 200 underdog over Justin Jacoby when everyone was writing him off. Most people were writing him off. I remember that. I remember that. Not there were a few people that were picking Reyes there, but not that many people. I remember. Yeah, he had a few losses. I mean, lost to Ryan Spann, lost to Jerry Prochazka. Look at all these guys. Lost John Jones, and like honestly, he should have won that John Jones fight. Let's be honest, he almost won that fight. People know that we. I mean, honestly, it could have gone either way. I'll be honest. Like I remember watching that fight. It was really close. Yeah, he had a really good moments. He was able to drop John Jones. And then John Blowich, obviously, he wasn't looking terrible early, but the body kick from John Blowich was just like absolutely crucifying his body. With that left body kick, or like maybe it was a right. I think it was a left body kick. Yeah, it was a left body kick from Blowich that gave him a lot of issues there. And Project obviously was able to just overwhelm him because Project is an absolute monster, beast, absolute beast. Span has a lot of finishing ability early, and he like the reason I liked Reyes so much is in that Jacoby fight because I know he has a straight, like nasty left straight that he throws out there. Guys, Smith's gonna have to like get that grappling going. I don't think he's gonna be able to get that grappling going. He's a good wrestler. We don't really see Reyes getting taken on, getting dominated. I mean, it doesn't happen in his fights. John Jones wasn't able to take him on. Projka wasn't able to take him on. Ryan Spann wasn't able to take him on. I know he knocked him out with the jab, but I'm still like kind of worried about Reyes' chin, but I don't not in this fight. I mean, I don't think Anthony Smith has the power to knock him on. I just don't believe Reyes Smith's gonna win this one. He got Vitor Bertino in the submission, so Rey is gonna shoot takedowns on him. I don't think he's gonna shoot takedowns on him. He's not dumb like Bertino. Reyes is gonna win. He's gonna knock him out. I'm gonna go Reyes by like a first round TKO or like a second round TKO. Reyes is gonna put him away, guys. I'm pretty confident. Am I gonna go bet him minus 340 where the line is now? Like probably not. I mean, maybe I'll take a chance on the first round, second round KO. Maybe that, I mean, but like, the line's kind of crazy though. Smith, I know Smith's not like, yeah, I understand the line though, because he doesn't have the striking or the power on the feet to put him away, and he doesn't have the wrestling to like get the fight to the mat. He's gonna have to pull a guard or something like that, and I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think Reyes is dumb enough to like go into his guard and play that game with him. And if he gets on top of him, I think he can put him away with ground and pound. So give me Reyes. Reyes is gonna win by KO TKO. That's gonna be my pick. Just the line's kind of. I wish it wasn't that crazy. Minus 330 for Reyes. It should be. I think it should be like 3-1 though, because he's a much better striker with power, but he's more dangerous. Has the finishing very early. Whereas we haven't seen any knockouts from Smith in a long time. Next fight on the card, Nate Train, guys. Nate Train versus Duhoi Choi. So I've done pretty well picking both of their fights in the past. Duhoi Choi was my lock of the week over LGO. We got him at like plus 145 there. And then Nate Train, we picked him over. He wasn't my lock of the week over Jamal Emmers, but we did pick him over at Jamal Emmers, plus 180 underdog there. I picked Dan Ige over him. Obviously, Dan Ige just has like if you're not taking down Dan Ige early or you're not mixing in the wrestling and like throwing high, if he got knocked down a few times in that fight, but Dan Ige is just a tough matchup. I mean, I honestly would probably pick Dan Ige over Dua Joy. I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, beat Ostalingo, who's not with the UFC anymore. David Anama, that was a crazy war, back and forth war, and now Nate was able to get the better of that. Then he like the way Nate Train wins fights is if you're able to, if you're like hurting him early, you can have success early. Then he's able to come back and like win like that. And if you're not putting with Nate Train early, man, like you're gonna be in for a long night. This guy just doesn't go away. He's gonna be on your in your face the entire time. He's gonna be in your face. Gonna be hitting you with elbows. Gonna be hitting you with some uppercuts. I mean, bro, like, this is gonna be one of the better matches. This is my favorite fight on the prelims for sure. This could be fight of the night. I think this could be fight of the night. I do Ho Choi, man. I was gonna pick. Honestly, I want to pick Ho Choi because I think he has a good chance. He should be coming up 2 wins in a row. I do think he beat Cotton Olsen. The only reason that was a draw was because I think he poked him in the eye or something like that in the third round. And the referee took a point away. So that's the only reason that fight was a draw. Before that, I think he had to do mandatory military service. So since he came back, he's looked a lot better. And I do think he's going to be the better striker, technical striker. I do think he's going to be the better striker. The problem I have with Duho Choi is that if he's not able to put away Nate Train, I mean, he was able to put away LGO, who's pretty tough though, but LGO, bro, he hit him with a clean left hook. I mean, that broke his orbital, I think. I really want to pick Duho Choi, but I don't know if I can do it. I think these guys are gonna exchange, and I could also see Nate Train just like taking him down and just like getting on top of him, maybe catching him in a submission or something like that. Guys, I'm gonna have to go with Nate Train, man. I'm gonna have to go with Nate Train. I think Nate Train's gonna win, but I'm just. Am I gonna bet this fight? Probably not. I'm probably not gonna bet this fight. I like both these guys, man. It's gonna be a crazy fight, but I'm gonna pick Nate Train. I think Nate Train has better cardio and he has a grappling to fall back on. But we have seen Nate Train get finished early, but he's looked a lot more durable recently in the last few years. He's looked a lot better. But I'm happy that Duo Choi is staying active now, so that's really good for Duo Choi. Yeah, give me Nate Train to win. Yeah, Duo Choi, I think he's got better boxing than Nate Train, but Nate Train has better clinch boxing, like dirty boxing in the clinch, and he can mix it up pretty well. And even if he knocked out Nate Train, he's getting right back up, man. It's not easy putting him away. I don't know if Duo Choi is gonna be able to put him away in the first round because Nate Train's looked a lot better recently. The odds are pretty close for this one. Plus 119 for Duo Choi, plus one minus 139 for Nate Train. I'll go Nate Train by like a submission or something. I'll go Nate Train by submission. Yeah, that's gonna be my pick. Next fight on the card, we got Bryce Mitchell versus Crown Gracie, guys. The BG nerd, Crown Gracie. Bryce Mitchell's gonna win this one, guys. He's gonna win this one, and I don't really need to do a crazy breakdown this one. All Bryce Mitchell has to do is avoid the submissions. Don't play into his guard and just strike with Crown Gracie. I think he's a much better striker. But yeah, do you guys want to bet on a guy who got almost buried like 10 feet under by Josh Emmett? But that's Josh Emmett. I mean, Josh Emmett's a top 5 guy. Lost to Topuria, obviously, but he was actually having some success in the striking exchange. He's landing some nice high kicks on Topuria. Like he wasn't looking completely like outgunned in the first round. He actually took down Topuria, was able to control him, Topuria like at the end of the first round. So he had good moments in that fight. I know he got finished, but he had some good moments in that one. And he was able to take down Danny Ige, obviously. Like I don't even think he needs takedown here. You can just strike with Crown Gracie. Um, Maybe Crown Gracie has more power, but I don't think his technique's there when it comes to striking. He lost to Cup Swanson, lost to Charles John Jourdain. I think Bryce Mitchell is going to have to just beat him everywhere this fight goes. Gracie's going to have to catch him in a submission. I don't see him catching him in a submission. Bryce Mitchell's too good as a grappler to get caught up in a submission. Bryce minus 800. Yeah, I'm not betting him minus 800. And you guys shouldn't either. But I'm sure there's some of you guys that are probably Bryce Mitchell. Under 2.5 rounds, minus 195. Is it gonna go under? I don't think so. I think it's gonna go the distance. I think this fight's gonna go the distance. Gracie's pretty tough, if anything. I mean, he's not easy to just finish. I don't think he's been finished before. He's never been finished before. I don't think Mitchell has the power to put him away on the feed. Give me Bryce Mitchell by decision. I think it's gonna go the distance. He should put him away though. He should be able to finish him though. But I just don't know if he's gonna be able to finish him. Um, Gracie by submission plus 650. I mean, if you're gonna bet on Gracie, like just bet the money line. If you're gonna bet on him, imagine he gets a knockout over Bryce Mitchell, like something crazy happened, and the flying knee or something like that. Probably not. I mean, that's probably not gonna happen. But you never know in MMA. You can never be too sure in MMA. You give me Bryce Mitchell by decision. Next fight on the card, we got Cyril Gane taking on Alexander Volkov. This is a really good matchup, guys. Cyril Gane. These guys have already fought each other a few years ago, and Gane was a better striker. And I think it's gonna go similar, man. Honestly, like I was thinking of picking Volkov because he looks so good right now, but none of these guys are the strikers that Cyril Gane is. Cyril Gane he's slicker. He's got better leg kicks. He's got more finesse on the feet. And that's all you really need. I mean, unless Volkov is out there shooting takedowns on Cyril Gane, which I don't think he's gonna be shooting takedowns on him. That's not really his game. But it would be smart for Volkov to mix in the wrestling here. But I only seen him do that against Tuivasa. So Tuivasa's like so bad right now. He was to take down Tuivasa, get on top of him, finish him. He's gonna be live for a submission if he can get the fight to the mat. I just don't think he's gonna be able to. I think Cyril Gane's gonna win. He's gonna have the better striking. It's gonna be close though. It's gonna be 29-28 maybe. But I do think Cyril Gane's gonna be able to win the striking moments on the feed. I don't think he's gonna put him away. Volkov was really tough. He's only been knocked out like once or in the UFC or like once in the UFC. Yeah, that's only one knockout in the UFC. He got subbed by Tom Aspinall. I mean, that it is what it is, you know. Give me a throw Gane by decision. I'm gonna go on by decision. I just think he's a better striker. I mean, that's the only reason I'm picking him because I don't think Volkov's gonna be shooting too many takedowns in this fight. I could be wrong though. Maybe Volkov goes out there shoots takedowns, but I don't think he's gonna be shooting too many takedowns. Gane, that's gonna be my pick. Minus 340, minus 339 for Gane. I think the line's moving the right way. I mean, am I gonna do I trust Gane at minus 339? I'll look at Gane by decision. Maybe parlay piece. I haven't parlayed him myself, but I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna win. But Volkov's looked really good recently, and he's been really active too. Yeah, but I'm gonna go Gane. I think he's just a better striker. He could have beat Francis Ngannou if he didn't make the mistake in the fifth round, going for a heel hook. Then obviously losing to John Jones. I mean, that's whatever, right? John Jones one of the best to ever do it in the UFC or in MMA overall. That's not even that bad. Give me Gane by decision. Bro, I'm picking a lot of a lot of fights to go the distance on this card. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Next fight on the card, we got Shavkat Rakhmonov taking Ian Garry, guys. Shavkat's gonna win, guys. I'm not even worried about Shavkat here. I know people are like trying to give Ian Garry a chance. I mean, it's a MMA race, so anything can happen. Let's be honest. It's an MMA. I mean, you make a mistake, you can get knocked out. But yeah, I just don't think Garry has the power to put away Rakhmonov. He's gonna have to like land a clean high kick or something like that, like he did over D-Rod. And that's the way he's gonna have to put him away if he puts him away. And I just don't see him doing that. I know Shavkat's pretty hittable, but the guy has power. He's got great. He's gonna impose his will. I mean, he's gonna go out there and impose his will, and he's gonna win this fight. I'm pretty confident in Shavkat. I think you guys should be also minus 350. I think he's a better parlay piece than every other fighter on this card, like Reyes, like everyone else. I mean, that's minus 350. Even like Bryce Mitchell. Like, why would you parlay Bryce Mitchell, who just got KO'd recently? I know he's fighting a complete BG nerd like Gracie, but yeah, give me Shavkat Rakhmonov. High confidence Shavkat. He's gonna win, guys. He's not losing to Ian Garry. He's not losing to this cuck boy, Ian Garry. Shavkat all day long, every day, all day, every week of the month. Shavkat Rakhmonov by submission. Shavkat Rakhmonov by submission. He's gonna win. He's gonna submit it. He's gonna choke the life out of Ian Garry. Okay, maybe that's too much, but you guys know what I mean. Guys, Shavkat's grappling is no joke, man. These guys used to they used to like spar each other, and from what I heard, I mean, Shavkat was able to submit him a few times in sparring. I know sparring's not it's not, but at least Shavkat knows where he's better than Ian Garry at. And even on the feet, I don't think Garry is this crazy. Like I know he's got good striking, but I don't think he's like this crazy dangerous striker. Like he's been running away. Normally he's running away. Even that Michael one and Page fight, he wasn't really engaging in the pocket. You see Shavkat, I mean, he's meeting you right in the middle, man. He's not running away from you. Like there's differences. Like you can tell when you watch these guys fight that Shavkat's like he doesn't care, man. He's only to meet you in the middle. He doesn't care if you have crazy power like Jeff Neal. He's willing to exchange with you. He's willing to like take your biggest shot that you can land and like come right back and land his own. And I just haven't seen that from Garry. Even like you should be able to put a Neil Magny, man. Like, come on, what are you doing? I remember people shitting on Garry because he wasn't able to put him away, and I was actually lost money on him. I had him by KO. I also had him by money line parlay piece. I broke even on that fight because I had him by KO. I honestly thought he was gonna put him away, like just overall Neil Magny. He did beat him 30-27, so I guess that's not that bad. But Jeff Neal fight, I actually bet Garry every time in the UFC, so he's cast for me. The only time I didn't bet him was Daniel Rodriguez because it's like plus minus 300 there. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy over D-Rod. Yeah, Neil Magny fight, I bet him there. Bet him over Jeff Neal. Bet him over Michael Wyndham Page. And the Michael Wyndham Page fight was really, really, really freaking close. But yeah, I know Gary's. I mean, credit to Ian Garry. Like losing this fight's not gonna like be too bad for him. But yeah, I do think he's gonna lose this fight. Give me Shavkat by submission. That's gonna be my pick. Shavkat Rakhmonov at minus 350. I still think it's a good parlay piece, even at minus 350. I know Garry hasn't never lost before, but he's never fought Shavkat. Give me Shavkat. All right, guys. Main event time numbers. Guys, like the video, subscribe. We're getting close to EK subscribers, like I said earlier. And I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate all the members on the channel, by the way. And let's break down this fight, guys. Alessandro Pantoja taking Kai Asakura. Really good matchup, guys. Really, really, really good matchup here. Pantoja's gonna win, guys. Honestly, like I was actually like thinking about picking Kai Asakura, and I just can't do it. I honestly just can't do it. The reason for that is because Asakura is he's gonna have to knock him out, and that's the only way to see Asakura winning. He's not gonna win rounds. I just watching Asakura's like last few fights. I mean, he's normally losing the minutes. I mean, he's getting outworked. Even our one Archuleta who missed weight for that fight, by the way. I don't even know if he trained properly for that fight. Yeah, Archuleta was landing shots on him. He was like beating him. He was beating him up on the feet, beating him up on the ground, like taking him down whenever we want to take him down. Archuleta, I'm not really that hard on Archuleta. I know he's not a bad fighter, but like Archuleta is not really that good. And he missed weight for that fight, by the way. And you got credit to Akai for catching with the knee and knocking him out, but is he gonna be able to do that to Pantoja? He's better. He's gonna have to put him away like with one knee to the body or something. He's gonna have to like completely shut his lights on. And I don't think he's gonna do that. Honestly, I just don't see it. Pantoja, I think Pantoja's durability is crazy, man. Like the guy's got like how many 33 fights in overall, like never been finished. Like he's fighting the best guys that this weight class has to offer. Davison Figueiredo has a lot of. I think that's the only guy that's ever put him down and knocked him down. Davison Figueiredo. No one else has been able to knock him down. No one. He beat him. He was up to beat Minol Cap. Beat Brendan Royval twice. I mean, Royval is really good. Beating him twice just goes to show how good Pantoja is. Beat Steve Ursi. I mean, that fight was actually close. Like Steve Ursi was landing some nice, some nice elbows in the clinch, and like he was doing pretty well, man. He was getting right back up when he was getting taken down. He was making Pantoja work, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I know Asakura is gonna be live for a KO, but I can't pick him just based on that alone. I think Pantoja. Also, let's talk about Asakura. This is the first time he's gonna be fighting in the octagon. He's been fighting in the ring in Ryzen, so he doesn't have experience fighting in the octagon before. I'm sure he's training in the octagon right now, and where he's training at. Where is he training at? He's training at Japan top team now. And I'm sure they're training at the UFC Institute now. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Pantoja. I think he's gonna submit him. I think he can put him away. I think he can finish Asakura. I know Asakura has never been subbed before, but I do think Pantoja can put him away. I think he's gonna submit him. Give me Pantoja by submission, guys. That's gonna be my pick for the main win. Let's go over my confident picks, guys. I'm confident Pantoja, confident Shavkat. I'm confident in Movzar, and I'm confident Battle. So those are my high confident picks on the card. Guys that I think have good parlay pieces. I'm these other fighters. I mean, these other fights. I'm not really like crazy about betting those fights. Yeah, I do like Battle Movzar. Um, I like Shavkat and Pantoja. So those are my confident picks, and I just gave you guys my full card breakdown now. hopefully you guys make a lot of money, man, on this last pay-per-view card. Um, I got some parlays on this card, so I got some parlay mixed in with the PFO from last week, so I feel pretty good about this card. I mean, and make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good week, guys. Hope you guys stay safe out there. And I want to thank all the members for supporting the channel, guys. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you guys have a question for me, just also like join the Discord, guys. We have a free Discord community, and we bet on NBA, we bet on NFL over there. We got everything. I mean, in Discord. So I'm gonna have the Discord link in the description down below. So make sure you guys click the link and join. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. Take it easy. Have a good week.